Hi, my name is Danny McGee. I am the Director of Sustainability at Well House. Well House is a nonprofit in Grand Rapids. We do homeless housing, and we fix up vacant homes in Grand Rapids, rent out rooms in those homes to people who are living on the street. We also buy vacant lots, grow food on those lots. Our tenants work for us, both helping us fix up the houses and growing the food. We sell food to local neighbors and the community, and our tenants have access to all that. So that's kind of our model. I've been working here for about 3 years. About 2012, we had 3 houses. We've expanded exponentially. Since then, we are now up to 14 houses. Today we're going to take a tour of our first LEED house. When I came on a couple of years ago, we were still just kind of figuring out the process of what it meant to be green and sustainable. And we started doing more energy audits, looking at how these, we always fix up vacant homes, so we always have kind of a challenge when it comes to remodels, not knowing what to expect, but through a kind of continual improvement process, we've gotten a lot better at this, and actually this ended up being a little bit easier than we expected. So we kind of started with insulation and started working a way to get that better and better, and now we're doing stuff with materials, and but yeah, we'll give you a tour of that. With this house, because we are a nonprofit, we rely pretty heavily on volunteers and a variety of people to help make this possible. So this house in particular was funded by the Weggy Foundation, Dyer Ives Foundation, and the W.K. Kellogg Foundation. A number of contractors and other businesses have also supported us with in-kind donations and materials. So Hearing Electrical Service, Lots 3 Metz Architecture did the plan for this. Standale Interiors has donated material and resources. Green Home Institute, which you guys are watching this through, has helped us a lot with just making this process easier. USGBC West Michigan chapter has, you'll see Teresa inside. She's been to almost every meeting and keeping us on track. And then Jameson's working with Catalyst Partners, who is the energy rater on the project. So without them, this really would not have been possible. It's been an amazing process. We have a variety of kind of experiences. So our contractor has been integral throughout the entire point. In fact, actually, he got his LEED AP this year, so that's been exciting. Jesus is inside, and you'll see him. So let's go inside. I'll let you take over.
Now, before we head inside, Danny, and hey everybody, this is Brett Little, Executive Director at the Green Home Institute, hiding behind the camera here. Can you talk to us a little bit about where this house is, okay, and sort of the location and transportation LEED objectives?
Yeah, so all of our houses, so of our 14 houses, they're all within half a mile of each other. We try, because of the population that we serve, we try pretty hard to make them find houses that are close to bus lines, that are accessible, because not everybody who's living in our houses has access to transportation. There are 2 main, so we're just in Grand Rapids, we're just a couple blocks south of Franklin, we're pretty close to one of the schools, and there's 2 main bus lines that go north-south, there's a couple main bus lines, but on 2 streets, on Eastern and Madison. There's also a bike lane down here that my wife takes to work every day, and there's a main hub. We're really close to Link, which is actually they're another nonprofit organization that does great work in connecting people. So the kind of access to different services is I mean, it is what it is in Grand Rapids. One piece, which was why we do a lot of the food piece, is access to food. So we are in a food desert, and that is a piece that we've taken on by fixing up the vacant lots and growing food on them.
Mm-hmm. So you really get, with your mission, you're really sort of utilizing the infill and the existing structure requirement or benefits of LEED, and of course, you know, keeping costs down and repairing old homes, right?
Yeah, yeah. So
good.
That's kind of the other piece of our mission, is that right now we're not building new construction, because in addition to housing people who are living on the street, we're hoping that we're investing in the community in a house that would otherwise have gotten torn down.
Great. Let's go inside.
Yeah, let's go inside. So this is Travis. Over there's Jesus and Teresa, Jameson, all part of the integrated project team. I'll let Travis kind of show you around the house, as he's been working on it from the beginning.
Yeah, so the entryway there we changed a little bit. We originally were planning on ripping this vestibule off, but this ended up staying because this actually opened up and you hit another door about right here. So this ended up staying. We took this door out. This part we're standing in right now was actually an addition, and the old front door used to be right here. That's why you got this big header that runs here. So I think we're gonna tile the floor here, and then there'll be a couple benches here with storage so people can sit down and take their shoes off. This is all original floor we're on right here, and the bedrooms were covered, so we weren't real sure what we were gonna find. We had to do some patching, but the floors are actually in pretty good shape. Most of the joints are pretty tight, so we'll be refinishing all the floors except for the back 2 bedrooms, which are in addition. The 2 bathrooms are going to be tiled. So in this first part here and several other parts, there was a drop ceiling in. So they had the ceiling was down about 8 foot. Right now, all the ceilings are back to the original at 9.5 foot. So yeah, we didn't really add any framing in this part here. Maybe a small stud over there for door openings. But yeah, we got gutted down to the studs and foamed last week. So Comfort Insulation did our insulation here, and they did a really good job. This is going to be the kitchen here. There's going to be cabinets over here. There'll be a stove with a over-the-range microwave that's vented out the side. Where Jameson's standing is going to be the refrigerator. And then to the left here is the bathroom. So we're not exactly to ADA standards, but I've been told this might be a house that people are living here that have a little bit more limited mobility. So we put a low threshold shower in. We'll have a 36-inch door opening, and we'll have a pedestal sink and toilet there. And then this will be a food pantry / storage. And we got these 2 back bedrooms here. These were added on at some point. There's lots of add-ons in this house. Obviously we're not going to be able to save these floors. It's just plywood back here. I think we're probably going to run some sort of flat substrate down and do carpet tile back here. When it gets messed up, you can replace each individual carpet tile at a time. And from an insulation part, it's pretty easy to do. So this is the back side of the other bathroom here. We were able to save this bathtub that was original. All this framing was here, except there was a doorway here which we framed in because there was a doorway from each bedroom that went in there, and we needed to make it just one, so we framed that in. We put R4 pipe insulation on the hot water lines, and yeah, new windows in except for one we're waiting on in the whole house. All the plumbing is brand new. All the electrical is brand new. I think Danny already mentioned it, but I'd like to thank Dan Herring again for donating all the materials and service out here. This is the hallway going into the bathroom here. And this is the fourth bedroom over here.
So you're going to have plenty of attic ventilation?
Yep. We got the baffles in place, and then it'll be vented through the ridge vent. They will be putting all new siding on, and they'll be vented soffits. So you can see this was the original exterior of the house before they put this addition on. You can see it here and over here. They're just going to be run all over that. Jameson, do you kind of want to take over showing in the basement?
Sure.
Yeah, so this is Jameson Lenz, Catalyst Partners, going to take us through the energy and atmosphere applications, insulation, HVAC.
Yeah, so I'm the HERS. The project's going to go through a HERS score, home energy rating system. So it's essentially an energy model for a single family home. We're tentatively looking at a 50, maybe just a little bit under a 50, which is pretty great. So coming down here into the basement, you'll see that the foundation walls have been insulated. We've got this R10 EcoCell cellulose blanket product here on the lower portion where there was it was easy to adhere, and then they used closed-cell foam for the upper portion that was kind of field stone up there. So, and then of course the rim band has been foamed as well. You know, in terms of the mechanicals, I believe the mechanical room's back over here, but you know, a high efficiency closed combustion furnace. It's a good compromise between performance and cost. One of the biggest factors for the score is they're using a hybrid or a heat pump water heater. So, you know, it's electric only, but it's got a very high performance rating. So that's drastically helping the HERS score. What else in terms of energy? There's an energy recovery ventilator. So the home will go through blower door testing, air infiltration testing, and we're shooting for a pretty good number of ACH below 2.
That's air changes per hour?
Air changes per hour, yeah. So there's a full caulk and sealing package, and the open cell and closed cell foam will help with the air sealing on the house as well. But you know, with such a tight house, we're going to need fresh air, and we're going to need a house to breathe. So the energy recovery ventilator will help with that. What else is going on here?
See, the ducts are sealed?
Yeah, so you know, there'll be a duct leakage test. So we're looking for tightness within the duct system, and that's all been mastic sealed. So we're going to do a leakage test to the outside and a total leakage test on the duct system. So that also affects comfort within the house. We're going to make sure we've got the correct supplies going to each room. So that can make a big difference in comfort for the overall home. You know, in terms of energy too, low flow fixtures for the shower heads, for the lap faucets, so that helps reduce hot water usage as well.
Tell me about the Energy Star for Homes program. I know it requires slab insulation, but I know there can be challenges with slab insulation on existing structures. So I assume this project does not have that.
Yeah, so they waive that for gut rehabs. You know, it's certainly best practice to do, but it can also be very cost prohibitive and time consuming to dig up the slab and put, you know, the R10 underneath the slab and the slab edge. So that is something that Energy Star does have a waiver for existing projects. You know, a little bit more about Energy Star. You know, the home is going through LEED certification, and LEED is tied to Energy Star. However, it's a challenge to find the right contractor for the HVAC equipment that has that HQIDO training that's required for Energy Star. So, you know, we're not going to actually officially certify this project to Energy Star because we didn't, you know, Wellhouse's preferred contractor didn't have that certification. But we're following all the other checklists and all the other measures required for Energy Star. So that's one little caveat that LEED allows. You still have to submit all those checklists and make sure as the rater, have to make sure that that was performed in the project. So, yeah.
Good.
About these blankets.
Yeah, the EcoCell, your product.
Yeah.
That's the R10, right? That you guys use. Yeah.
You guys might be looking at this and thinking that this is cement, but this is actually very squishy material made from recycled content right here in West Michigan, I believe. So from Newell EcoSeal.
What else in terms of energy? All the lighting in the house is LED lighting that'll help reduce some of the energy. Energy Star refrigerator, Energy Star. Energy Star roof system. So the existing walls have the open cell foam upstairs, the above grade walls, and then there's going to be a little bit of exterior foam before the siding goes on. The attic will have blown in cellulose, and then the insulated walls down here in the foundation. So hers upper 40s, low or right around 50 to upper 40s is what's projected. Once I do my final testing, that could change a little bit. But, you know, for this little house and what they've done, that's fantastic.
So really, there are challenges to doing LEED for gut rehabs, but it is doable, right? You know, with the right skill set, mindset, right contractor, the right team in place. But obviously, before you got to this point, there was a lot of planning, a lot of meetings, right, just to get us to where we're at.
I think we've progressively gotten better on the houses we've been doing, so we've been moving a little closer to LEED standards. But the LEED has been, it's a kind of a learning curve with all the documentation and follow through, being held accountable, and which is a good thing. I feel like contractors.
The third-party verification.
The third-party verification.
Yeah.
Not to say that the contractors aren't already doing good work, but they know they're going to be double and triple checked. So I think they tend to take their time a little bit more and make sure everything's done to the highest quality they can achieve.
Great. Well, we're going to continue to follow this project along, and hopefully you'll join us throughout the construction phase, and then do a final tour at the end. And if you're in West Michigan, we may be doing an in-person tour as well. So hopefully you can join us. My name is Brett Little, Executive Director here at the Green Home Institute. Thanks for joining us.